What's up guys, Zhaenn here for another walkthrough video, this time on Twilight Princess. Today we are investigating the mountain that we discovered last time. And with the new scent of the reek fish, we can now follow and not get lost in this snowy mountain. So we're gonna do just that. Now here you have to be mindful of the platforms because that's what's gonna happen if you miss the platform. So just be careful jumping across. I did not intentionally wanted to show you that, but you know, I guess you just see what happens when you get really cold. You just start back at the beginning. So yeah. So making our way over here. Alright, now that we're across, we can use our scent, or our senses I should say, and we can see that the reek fish scent leads us this way. So I'm probably not gonna keep my senses on all the time, just because it's gonna be really like awkward for you guys, because it's like all dark and you can't see really that well. So look over here, you can see you need to go up this little slope right here, then you have to climb onto these little pillars right on top, and then you can follow the scent to your right, and you can see you need to go over here across this little path over here. So yeah, there's really not much to say. I mean, we're just following a scent. So actually over here we got some new enemies, I believe, some ice keys, and these keys will freeze you on contact, so just be mindful of that. Now over here you need to hit the wall where the big pile of snow is, and it's gonna drop down to aid you in climbing the mountain. Now over here you don't want to miss this, it's a howling stone. So just listen to what the howling stone has to say. Now I don't really recognize the song that is playing, but if you know what it is, you know, feel free to post a comment telling me actually what song it is. That was actually like so bad, so I'm gonna try again. Alright, that was way better, so I am gonna succeed. And this will bring the 6th hidden skill, I believe. We're gonna actually grab it later on in this video, so just wait patiently in order to know what it is if you've never played this game before, or just never actually howled at that stone, because it's really easy to miss if you're concentrated into following the scent of the reek fish. And even with those like other instruments playing, I don't recognize this song. I don't know what it is. So once again, the golden wolf is gonna howl with you, and he's gonna jump off the cliff, and you're gonna have to meet him in the Kakariko graveyard. So we're gonna head there later on in this video, as I said earlier. Alright, now that that is taken care of, the map is gonna open, show you that it is indeed in the graveyard, but that is not what we're going after. We're going to follow the scent once again to reveal that there is a hole over here, and if you dig well underneath, you're gonna pass this little cavern over here. Just be mindful of those giant icebergs, because if you touch them, you're going to be frozen in place. So yeah. Then there's this giant ladder over here. Like, who put that ladder there? Seriously. But you can climb that there, and you're going to end up in like this little room with stairs or rock platforms, I should say, whatever. And then you can climb them all the way up. Then there's gonna be like some vines over here, like seriously, everything is there to help Link climb the mountain. Like seriously, like vines. Those are supposed to be like ice caverns, you know? There's no vines and ice. Well, you know, Zelda logic. So there you can open this giant door with the creeping hands on it. And you're going to find yourself on top of the mountain. There seems to be a lot of ice keys over here, so be mindful of them. You might want to slash a couple of them before continuing forward. And then you're gonna be stopped by Twilight berries once again. So we're just getting all tons of waypoints lately, or in the last episode more precisely, but that is beside the point. Alright, so there's not going to be 5 of them this time, only 3, so you can just slash him up easily with the Master Sword. Create a waypoint right over here, so now you can get on top of the mountain really easily. You don't have to follow the scent every time, so I guess that's cool. Now over here there's this giant figure that is kinda weird, and you can see that it has a fish, so that is what we were following. Actually, we were following this giant yeti. I believe he's called Yeto, and he's gonna laugh very much, and he's gonna like ask you if you're searching for something else, and of course you're gonna tell him about the mirror, and he's gonna answer that he has indeed found a piece of the mirror and to follow him to his house down the mountain. So I guess we just like climbed up to go back down. So like really cool, man. But yeah, then he's gonna punch the tree that is right next to it, and it's gonna drop like a little ice thing. So he's gonna hop on and start to snowboard his way down the mountain. So you're just gonna have to follow him, follow his lead by rolling up into the tree, just like that, and by hopping on the little ice snowboard, I guess, that it leaves behind. So now practice this snowboard thing, because there's actually a piece of art that you can find later on if you do this. Like it's a race basically, so you need to beat someone. I'm not gonna tell who it is though, but you need to beat someone, and if you beat them you get a piece of art. So practice a lot, because that person is actually really fast. So yeah, it's actually a pretty hard race if you're not really used to it, and even I have a bit of difficulty doing it. And you actually have to take a shortcut that is right over here to jump on top of this slope. I'm not gonna do it for this time, just for the sake of showing you like all the race, not the shortcut, and just because the Yeti actually doesn't take the shortcut. So like you're not gonna be there before him, you know, or anything like that, but I still want to show you the real race. So we're almost there. You can see his house right there, but there's just this last turn, and this is actually like the hardest part of the race to win the piece of art. Like not falling off and actually taking the thing perfectly is actually really hard. So once you get over here, Minna is gonna come out and comment like on the location of this house, and that it's like really in the middle of nowhere. But putting that aside, we can head on and open the door to the mansion. So once you're in here, there's gonna be a little cutscene showing you a bit of the mansion, or the Yeti's house, however you want to call it. It's pretty much the same thing, but we're actually not going to cover this right now. I'm actually gonna start the Snowpeak ruins in the next episode. For now, we're going to get the second point in our little sidebar there, and that is the goodies that were opened with the spinner. So yes, in acquiring the spinner, we actually opened up 2 pieces of art that we can go collect, and we're actually gonna warp to the Bridge of Eldin to collect the first one. So, once you've warped back to the Bridge of Eldin, you can just go north, and you're gonna be stopped by the postman. I mean, how has this postman not noticed that, like, we're transforming from wolf to human? Like, in all these times, I think he, like, stopped us a couple of times while we were in wolf form. I mean, like, seriously. But, you can just open the letter. There's actually 2 letters, so, yeah, there's this one. And this one actually tells you that there's the magic armor in sale for 600 rupees in Malumart, so do not like miss the chance to go grab it or something. We're actually gonna go grab it later on in this episode also. Alright, so we're almost there. It's just beyond this little canyon pass over here. So what you're gonna want to do is cross the bridge right over here, and then there's gonna be some little archers that you can take out. So if you want to take them out, just go ahead. I don't really recommend keeping them there just for the sake of it. So there we go. Now you can equip the spinner. And there's actually the rails for it coming right over here, so you can ride them up or down, I guess. And over here you're gonna find a circle of like bushes, and if you use your senses you can see that there is a duggable ground over here, so you can just do that and you're gonna fall right over here. Now you're gonna encounter some skeleton enemies that you actually encountered before in the dungeon, the Arbiter's Ground. Yeah, that's right. So I'm having a bit of trouble beating this one. And remember, you need to use a bomb to destroy them, and also that Eden's skills work really well on those guys. So just be mindful of that. Once you've taken care of the 3 skeletons that were in this room, a large chest is gonna appear, and I guess you can pretty much guess what is inside. It is the 29th piece of heart. Alright, so we only need 1 more to complete the heart container, and in getting the next one we're going to actually be 2/3 of the way done with the pieces of heart in this game, which is pretty nice. Alright, back over here, you're gonna want to warp on to over here. Yeah. Alright, so once you're here in Castle Town, this is where we're going to actually go get the magic armor from Malumart. And as I said earlier, it costs about 600 rupees. It costs 598, but it's pretty much 600 rupees. Now the magic armor is a cool new item in Twilight Princess. I believe it's the only game that has that. But yeah, it actually lets you use rupees instead of health. So basically you're invincible during the time you're wearing this armor, but it consumes rupees over time, and once you run out of rupees it's just like a regular armor. It's just a regular tunic, so it doesn't protect you. But yeah, the invincibility can be really useful if you're struggling for a certain boss or something. It's especially good in the last fight against the final boss. You can use it there, and since our wallet can have well, 600 rupees right now, but it's gonna increase when we gather all the golden bugs, just as we got the first wallet upgrade by giving the first golden bug to I believe her name is Agatha. So yeah, there we go, purchase that, and now we're completely broke. But the hero doesn't need any rupees, the heroes only need the armor, even though the armor actually consumes rupees, but you know, that is besides the point. Alright, so once you're done with this, you're going to want to go to the east exit, so right over here, past the guy with the church that accepted donations, right onto those doors, and once you're done, you can transform into a wolf to go a bit faster. I actually don't know where Epona is right now, and I don't know the location of like every single horse grass, so I can't really like rely on horse grass to call Epona and move around, so I'm just transforming into a wolf. Alright, we're almost right over there where we need to go. Now this path is going to be blocked by some rocks, so you can blow them up before coming here. I actually did that earlier in the walkthrough to gather some rupees, but if the path here is not open, then you can just blow them up with bombs, and you can go over here. Now this spinner challenge, I would say, is actually pretty hard, if you can believe that. I actually have a really hard time doing it every time. So I actually like that you're going like super slow, and then once you get on the rail, you're going like super fast. It's like really some magic trick or something. But yeah, I actually seem to be doing like really fine over here, and then I just miss. So I almost got in on my first try, but it's gonna take a few more tries than that. So yeah, now while I'm doing that in the background, I guess I can just say some things about what we're doing right now, or like where we are in the story. So basically now we need to go meet up with Zhaenn and confront him now that we have the Master Sword. And for that we need to go into the Twilight Realm. But in order to go into the Twilight realm, we need the Mirror of Twilight to be completed, as that is the only link from the two realms. The Sacred Realm, which is this world over here, or where the Triforce resides, whatever, and the Twilight Realm. But as we saw in the last episode, the Mirror of Twilight is shattered into 4 different pieces. So we're going to need to go to different dungeons, such as the Snowpeak Ruins, in order to find the other pieces of the mirror, and we're going to put it back together and meet up with Zhaenn in the Twilight Realm. So that is what we're going to need to do in the recent quests of Link the Adventurer. So yeah, we're going to get the first piece of the mirror in the next couple of episodes, because it's at the end of the Snowpeak Ruins. And then there's another one in a grove somewhere, a sacred grove, so don't know where that is, maybe you have an idea. And then the last one is in the heavens, so we're gonna need to investigate on that. But on that note, I've finally managed to get over here, so you can open this large chest and get a piece of heart. That is going to complete our 13th heart container, and is going to be piece of heart number 30. So as I said, we're 2/3 of the way done with the pieces of heart, so that is very good. And lastly, we're going to teleport to Kakariko Village to meet up with the golden wolf that we activated earlier in this episode. So, since it's nighttime, I don't need to actually change back into a human. I can just go in wolf form in the graveyard. So I guess that's just convenience. Like maybe it's daytime for you, and you want to transform back into a human, but you know. Alright, so once we're over here, the golden wolf is actually right in front of the hole to Prince Ralis that leads to the tomb of the Queen Rutella. So here he is. So we meet up for the 6th time with this skeleton spirit mentor swordsman guy. And so he's going to want you to show him the last hidden skill that you learned, which is the mortal draw. So there we go. Mortal draw is you just do this, and then so you put your sword back in the sheath, and then you strike as the enemy does not like I don't know. Well, he is not on guard, or I don't know how to see it really. But yeah, this is the 6th hidden skill, the jump strike, I believe. I know what it is, but the name I don't actually know. I'm actually not like right beside the computer right now, so I can't really like tell what it's written, but I sort of know what it is. So basically, this hidden skill is you charge your sword by holding the A button, just like this, and then when you release it, you're going to jump and strike at the ground, making a shockwave that is going to damage enemies nearby. So that is a very useful hidden skill. And so, as we learn this last thing for this episode, I'm going to tell you, if you like this video, please leave a like and a comment in the comment section down below. Next time we're going to start off the Snowpeak Ruins as the 5th dungeon of the game. So I'll see you all then.